Thank you. Mickey Watt Stapleton had 6 children, 3 girls, 3 boys. I'm Craig Stapleton, her 5th and favorite child. I'd like to just say thank you, Rennie, for this amazing gift to my family. I also like to special thanks to Tommy Tunison, my longtime battery mate. Thanks for remembering me bragging about my mom when we were just kids. Special thanks to everybody here tonight. I'd like to just say how honored, excited, and humbled the whole Stapleton family, Watts family, is being here tonight. And what a special honor it is to be inducted into this class of 2021 with all these great legends of the game. I also have a special thanks to Unky, Lucy Watts, a teammate of Mickey's and star second baseman of the Hostess girls, my Aunt Lucy. When first contacted about Mom's possible induction, I immediately thought of my Aunt Lucy as knowledge and information about her playing days. Lucy did about 2 or 3 interviews with different people from the Baseball Hall of Fame, and after each one of them talked to her, they contacted me and told her how great she was and how wonderful she was, something I already knew. If not for Lucy's own love of the game, her own fond memories of her teammates and her playing days, and her never-ending love for her sister Mickey, I don't think I'd be here tonight. Thank you, Unky. You're the Watts family most prized possession of baseball memorabilia. For sure. So happy you're here to represent Mickey tonight and all these groundbreaking women from this league. One quote that my Aunt Lucy gave, she referenced the movie A League of Their Own. Final play of the game. Everybody in my family I know saw the movie. Final play of the game. Gina Davis catching. Her younger sister, desperate to score the winning run, runs right through the stop sign of the third base coach. Collision at the plate. The ball falls out of the glove. She's safe. Game over. Lucy's quote, Mickey would have never dropped that ball. You're going to hear me mention my Aunt Lucy a lot. They did everything together. From playing on the Hostess girls, to moving to Belmore and raising their families together, vacations at the lake, and running the Women's Golf League in Merrick together. Mickey was born August 19th, 1930, Mary Pearl Watts in Merrick, New York, to Edward and Lila Watts. She was the 9th out of 13 children. Appropriate she was 9. It takes 9 to make a baseball team. After Mickey, my grandmother and grandfather decided to add 4 more players to the roster. My Aunt Lucy, my Uncle Bruce was his ace pitcher, my Uncle Billy, who was a all-star shortstop when he was in the service in Okinawa, and they added a little bit of hope, who we call Aunt Patsy, Mickey's younger sister, who's also here to represent Mickey tonight. In 1946, at the age of 15 years old, while a sophomore at Metham High School, Belmore, New York, Mickey became the star infielder and then the catcher for the Freeport Forest Jewelers, a club in the American Girls Baseball Conference with teams like the Arthur Murray Girls, the Hollies, the BBCs, the Clover Girls, the Nutmegs, Queens Colleens, teams from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. It was the Clover Girls that led the league from 46 to 48. And then in 49, the Clover Girls became the Hostess Girls. And that's when Mickey and Lucy joined the team. Mickey as the catcher and cleanup hitter, Unky as the second baseman. While cleaning out my father's house after he passed in 2019, I found an old scrapbook of a mom and her playing days. Dozens and dozens of news articles about Mickey and the league. I loved reading them. I loved the way they described my mother. I have a few written down here because I thought they were great. Here's one of them. With Mickey Watts, the trim, strong-arm catcher from Merrick behind the plate, the Jewelers certainly have the strongest catcher-pitcher duel in the league. That was one. Mickey Watts was the big gun Saturday night in the Jewelers' attack. Mickey Watts, who batting .417 and leading the team in batting, belted out the first home run of the season. Mickey Watts, diminutive catcher, then singled in 2 runs. Many articles, many too much to read here tonight, but the headlines told the story. Mom was a star. I was born in 1962, 10 years after my mother's playing days. I do remember her playing softball. 6 kids later, in her 40s, no longer catching, playing a much less physically demanding position, she was the shortstop. Playing with girls half her age, she was still the best player on the field and still making the league's all-star team. Like most boys, we take our mothers for granted. We take for granted the things they do out of love. Food on the table, our uniforms cleaned and washed every day, ready for our next game. Making sure all 6 of us kids, plus my father, had everything we needed. I also took for granted she took great batting practice. Hit fungos with the best of them, and played a mean game of wiffle ball. She also taught me how to catch, how to frame pitches, block balls in front of the plate, how to come up throwing, even how to set hitters up. She used to fill in for my father when he was coaching us as kids, 13, 14 years old, travel team. And a lot of the guys loved it because they saw her pitching. We had one kid there one time, didn't like the fact that a girl was teaching us men how to play baseball, 13, 14-year-olds, and was mouthing off and saying stuff. Finally, my mom said, "Craig, put the gear on." Put the gear on. Said, "Put a helmet on, kid, get up." 3 pitches. Fastball down the middle that he looked at. Then she heated it up, right at the eyes that he whiffed at. Then she looked at me and smiled, and I knew it was coming. Broke the curveball off. Kid whiffed at it. Never showed up to another practice or a game. We didn't need him anyway. Well, Leo DeRocha once said, "Baseball is like church. Many attend, few understand." Mom understood. Mom knew baseball. When asked the induction into my mother's Hall of Fame, they asked me to have my siblings write a story. My older brother sent in a story about the family going to a Met game in the early 70s. Jerry Koosman on the mound. Early in the game, he gets a hit, and to lead off an inning, and my mother goes to my brother, "He should steal second base." My brother goes, "Pitchers don't steal." He goes, "They're not holding him on, paying no attention to him. Shortstop and second baseman, double play depth, they won't even know what happened." Lo and behold, he steals second base. Nostradamus couldn't have predicted his one and only career stolen base. But Mickey Watts from the cheap seats in Shea Stadium did. Mickey really knew baseball. In 1979, Mickey was in a terrible car accident. She suffered a broken neck, shattered forearm. Her ball-playing days were over. After months and months in the hospital and a year plus of physical rehabilitation, Mickey decided, let me try golf. Next thing you know, Mickey started bringing home golf trophies. Longest drive, closest to the pin, lowest gross, and then went on to run and participate in the women's golf league along with my Aunt Lucy. Mickey knew in life, like baseball, the most important things happen at home. Shortly after our family moved to Belmore, New York, Mickey and Pat, with 5 kids of their own, fostered many children. Many of these children coming straight from the hospital right to Mom and Dad's house before their final adoption were finalized. These kids were loved and well taken care of. Mickey knew that in life and baseball, the most important things happen at home. Many of these children had health issues, minor health issues, a hernia, but needed special attention. They all left healthy and happy before their adoptions were finalized, except for the last one. He became Mickey's and Pat's 6th children, my younger brother. Like I said, Mickey knew that in baseball and in life, the most important things happen at home. Not only tonight did you induct a great athlete and a great baseball player, you also inducted a great woman. Thank you.